Yeah, so I don't know if everybody saw, but Blizzard's coming out with some pretty big PvP changes. The DK spell warding. Dude, that is the most exciting one. And they double hit it too. The damage, like the absorb and the cast slow. So there weren't many changes for Warlock, but the big one is going to be this. This one's going to be interesting. So if they slow the pacing down of the game, this is going to potentially help out Affliction, because now things can live long. We can survive. And we'll be able to get dots out. I just hope they do a really good change to Soul Swap. And Demo's probably going to burst really hard. Yeah, they're buffing Demo Tyrant build again. 7% additional damage per stack of Servitude. Up from 5%. The biggest PvP changes are going to be these ones. Primary stat provided by the bonus on the 2 trinkets, like the 2 set bonus, is decreased by 40%. They're trying to address the fast meta. And then stamina provided by the bonus increased by 35%. So they're changing up this bonus on these trinkets to kind of slow down the meta because it's too bursty. They're reducing the damage and then also increasing everybody's stamina. That might be a little too overkill. I'm not sure. Maybe they should have tested by doing one or the other first. I don't know, but this is massive. This is big. Good for Warlock. You know, we need to survive. We need the game to go on. We don't want burst damage. We need slow damage so we can get our dots out. Focus on our kiting, draining. Like that's huge for us. I'm also worried now though, because with stamina increasing, there's a lot of classes that scale based on their health. So Warlock defensives, you know, our defensives, we scale on our health. So this could potentially make our shields, our health stone, like everything heal more. Too much, maybe. I don't know what other classes are scaling with health like this, but I don't know. That could be concerning. Because when they do a big change like this, it's affecting all the classes, and you don't know which ones have abilities that are health-based. Like, look at Dark Pact. So if our health is higher, we're going to shield for more now, and people are going to do less damage. But then again, people beat through Dark Pact. They'll sneeze on you and it breaks now, so maybe it'll be a good thing. I'm not complaining. I'm trying to talk about everything. I obviously don't want Warlocks to be completely busted. We have to talk about all the possibilities. It's not a complaint. Why would I complain about my class being too strong? We have to speak about that because this could be an issue. If you buff our health, Warlocks have too many health-based abilities. So, yeah. Anyways. The big ones that are insane. Death Knight nerfs. Rune of Spell Warding. 33% effective in PvP combat. The Absorb Shield. Also, Rune of Spell Warding cast speed reduction is now 33% effective in PvP. That's going to be huge. And then also they're addressing Virulent Plague. Virulent Plague no longer deals increased damage in PvP combat. It was increased by 30%. 30%. Because Virulent Plague was that was all their damage. Do I have a breakdown of a DK? Look at Virulent Plague. That's like all their damage. Wow, Death Coil is a lot of their damage too. Maybe I don't level a DK now. So Death Knight survivability continues to be higher than we are comfortable with, especially against casters. So we're targeting passive parts of their defensive kit while adjusting Death Strike healing up as a more proactive survivability tool. Additionally, Unholy DKs are dealing too much overall damage, so we are adjusting Virulent Plague. So Death Strike is no longer reduced in PvP combat. It was reduced by 25%. I mean, I think I'm kind of fine with that. Because Spell Warding was the problem. The Spell Warding, because it's passive, they don't have to use it. And I'd be down with them having to sacrifice a global and then whatever else resource cost on Death Strike, which probably lowers their damage if they do have to make the decision to Death Strike over doing a damage global. So that's nice. Now, Druid. Feral Druid. Rake damage reduced by 18% in PvP. Rip, 18% reduction in PvP. Ferocious Bite damage reduced by 25% in PvP combat was reduced by 20, so extra 5% on that one. Af's not doing more damage? Nah. Af doesn't have a damage problem. Af has a GCD and casting problem. That's the issue. When Af can cast, it does damage. If you cannot cast, you do terrible damage. We got some boomy buffs too. They're trying to buff Boomy's like cast damage. Also Star Surge, that's kind of nuts. I wonder if this is going to be enough to put Boomies online. Because a certain amount of, a lot of things that were screwing Boomkins were now toned down. And then they're buffing Boomkin on top of that. So, and there's a couple boomkins out there that are somehow fitting into the meta and getting high rated. So just imagine with these changes, the other classes getting nerfed and them getting buffed. Yo, boomkin, I don't know. It could be kind of sexy. This is like a big meta shift. Oh, Feral Frenzy damage reduced by 10% in PvP combat. Frenzied regen healing for Feral reduced by 50%, was reduced by 38. So they're adding, what, 12% more onto that? Feral and Resto? Oh, they're reducing it for Resto too. And Budding Leaves, 50% effective, was 70%. Feral damage has been much higher than we are comfortable with, so we are lowering it. Additional, both Resto and Feral have been too survivable when targeted, so we are lowering the healing from Frenzy Regen for those specs. Balanced Druid's single target pressure is behind other casters. We'd like to reward them for using cast time spells like Wrath and Starfire a little bit more, while at the same time fixing some issues that caused Orbit Breaker to do more damage than intended. And then Ret. Final Reckoning damage reduced by 20% in PvP. Radiant Decree damage reduced by 33% in PvP. Ret 2 set now increased the damage of Judge, Blade, Wake by 10%, was 15%, so 5% off that. Crusader Strike now deals 80% increased damage in PvP, was 30%, so they're buffing Crusader Strike. Healing Hands now 70% effective in PvP, was 50%. Templar's Verdict damage increased by 10%. Final Verdict damage increased by 10%. Exorcism damage increased by 80%. Lawbringer now deals up to 8% of the enemy's max health, was 10%. Alright, developers note. Aura of Reckoning has been much more powerful than intended, so we are making targeted adjustments to slow down its availability for all paladins and its healing/damage contribution for holy paladins. We are increasing some of the holy's other healing spells with the goal of a more balanced healing breakdown for this class. Additionally, paladins have been squishier than we would like, so we are increasing Divine Protection's defensive capabilities to help in this area. Retribution paladins have high burst potential without counterplay, so we are adjusting their burst capability downward while bringing up some of their sustained damage to have a healthier playstyle. Lawbringer has represented a higher than expected damage contribution due to judgment-based procs with the talent tree, so we're reducing its value slightly. The Ret burst was, oh, that was a joke. Shaman. Earth Unleashed from Unleashed Shield now breaks on damage and lasts 2 seconds, was 4 seconds. Resto. Water Shield now returns 1% mana when struck by melee attack, was 2%. Oh. I think Warlocks might become immortal. Maybe. It's looking kind of promising. Stormkeeper damage increase is now 67% effective in PvP combat. Resto only. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of bull. Where's the Chaos Bolt buff? Ellie Shaman 2-piece tier set has 50% reduced effectiveness in PvP. Primordial Surge Lava Burst damage increase is now 60% effective in PvP, so they got Ellie nerfs. In conjunction with the above game-wide adjustments to their healing spells, we are making further adjustments for healthier gameplay in PvP. Root mechanics typically break on damage, and Unleashed Shield was an exception to this, so the root will now break when enough damage occurs. We're not applying diminishing returns to it, but decreasing its duration as well. Additionally, we felt that Restoration Shaman mana regen from Water Shield and burst capability with using Stormkeeper was too high, so we were adjusting them down. Finally, Elemental Shaman's burst has been higher than we would like, with minimal time for opponents to react, especially as players have been obtaining tier set bonuses. So the big change that's going to help Warlock is right here. The Gladiator Trinket set bonus. Primary stat provided decreased by 40%. Stamina provided also increased though by 35%. So main stat decrease for everybody. Stamina increase for everyone. It might be a little overkill. They probably should have done one or the other. But yeah. It's 5%? Oh, I haven't even looked at the numbers. Yeah, like what would it be? So 35% of 1400 stamina. I don't even know how much stamina increases health. But Warlocks, we scale too well with health. You don't want to give Warlocks too much health. They're going to get broken. Stealth up to Affliction with Synergy. Oh yeah, that's pretty sick. Yeah. If you guys didn't know, Warlock, Affliction and Destro got a stealth buff recently in a hotfix. I think there was a Warlock change in this additional one. There was 2 Warlock changes. Harvester of Souls, damage increased by 25%. Is this? Oh, I got a shovel. So I've been spec'd in a Harvester. It doesn't really do much damage, but they're buffing it by 25%. Yeah. And Demo, the big daddy. Demo. If you spec into Reign of Tyranny, you're going to get 2% additional damage for each stack of Demonic Servitude. Oh yeah, baby. Who's ready for the big daddy?